you know, we men like to outdo each other. You know, like you drive up a nice car, I drive up a car and go, oh, his is bigger than mine or better than mine, I gotta get a new car, you know. So the other day, you know, I was trumped, and I am not used to being trumped in this zone, okay? And I was sharing a part of my history, and my history was that I went to a 2-room schoolhouse. When you know it, someone was in the room and they went to a 1-room schoolhouse. They beat me by 1. And there was no further for me to go. Reality is, I jokingly say, I grew up in a 2-room schoolhouse, and the good news about growing up with 3 grades in a room is you have a problem with the teacher in the first year, you got 2 more years to work it out. So Mrs. Dwyer in first grade told me I would be nothing but a ditch digger. And reality is, she continued that explanation, because as luck would have it, in the 2-room schoolhouse, and you're the oldest person there, it's not a long vote to figure out who the principal is, Mrs. Dwyer. So I had Mrs. Dwyer for 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, and then she watched over me as the principal for 4th, 5th, and 6th, just in case something would get out of hand. I might like myself, or something like that might sneak in. So this is Mrs. Dwyer, okay? Now, what's the problem? The problem with Mrs. Dwyer isn't just that she told me I would be nothing but a ditch digger. The problem was that I was experiencing, in a little way, what a lot of men feel. And a lot of men feel that the education system they grow up in is not meant for them. In fact, if you look around, a lot of female teachers versus male teachers. So as a result, little boys learn from moms. They go out to school, they learn from women, they come back home, usually mom, and then when dad comes in, X% of the time, if dad does come in, and you know that a lot of times in society, dad never shows up at all, the little boy's afraid of dad, because he's had enough in his day and he doesn't want anything. So he doesn't listen or care for the kids. So reality is, we guys have grown up in a world that is heavily weighted in women. And it is heavily weighted in an educational way that's taught how women teach. Men and women talk and learn differently. Men like to learn with doing. So the first thing we do with these little boys, okay, who we want to have them like their malehood, their manhood, and we want them to feel okay about themselves, is we sit them in a room and we tell them to be quiet. Now, how good are you at that? Did you wake up like at 5 or 6 years old and go, you know, I'm looking forward to a day where I can sit all day long still, all right, and be quiet? And this is what we were told to do. And so what do we end up having? We have a little bit of question, go, look, either society is nuts that they are asking me to be quiet and still, okay, but look, society's bigger than me and everybody's doing it. Okay, or I've got a problem. There's something wrong with me. When I sit here and go, I don't like being still, okay, I don't like not talking when I want to talk, be silent, I got it, something is wrong with me. So we got a lot of people walking around going, something's wrong with me, something's wrong with me, all right? And little boys, I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with you. I'm here to tell you you can learn. I'm here to tell you that we need to bring men back into our lives as brothers in a cause whereby we can help each other, learn from each other our way. Learn from each other our way. We might laugh a little more than's good in class. We might move a little more than's good in class, but we can learn our way. Knights of the 21st Century says it's not too late for men to learn, but we've got to teach men how to learn their way. Until next time, open yourself up to at least one new thing that you can learn.